Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for today's training. I'm going to go ahead and get started while other people try to join. Today, what we're going to cover are 3 brand tools that are offered from Coldwell Banker. First is Brandserv, the next will be eMarketing, and then we're going to look at Social Ad Engine. Each of these is a marketing tool to provide you resource points and the ability to jumpstart your business with using material and campaigns and all kinds of great things that you would need to promote and to enhance your business, and you don't have to have any involvement of cost into it because the brand's providing it to you for free. So what we're going to do is we're going to start from the basics. My name is Elizabeth Glass. If you have any questions, please jump into that chat box and ask at any time, and I'm happy to answer any and all questions. If you need to receive more information from me or if you have any questions, feel free to email me at elizabeth.glass@cbschmidtohio.com. I'm happy to answer questions or even troubleshoot anything at any time. So the first thing to cover is where we go. Now we have our brand tools. So we've got our Schmidt family of company tools, our Century 21 tools, our Sotheby's tools, and then the brand themselves has a tool. So what we want to do to get to the brand tools, we're going to access CB Desk. And the way we do so, if you haven't been in there previously, you go to mycbdesk.com. Again, that's mycbdesk.com, kind of making it pretty simplistic so we can remember it easier. When you log in, just a quick note of clarification for your username. Now here's distinction. Coldwell Banker Schmidt family of company tools are going to be using the Coldwell Banker Schmidt family of company email logins. Coldwell Banker brand tools like Desk are going to be utilizing Coldwell Banker brand logins. So as an example, my company provided email is cbschmidtohio.com, but that's not a brand email. So what I do to log into Desk is I log in using my first last name at coldwellbanker.com. You are going to do the same. When you go to the user screen or the login screen, you're going to do your first last name at coldwellbanker.com. And then you're going to type in your password and it will give you right here what you're looking at now, which is my desk access. If you're unfamiliar with or don't remember your password, please receive that or contact your local ASC or RSC, and they can help you determine what that was or go ahead and reset that for you as well so you can get in. So Desk, we love Desk because it's easy to use. There's a lot of good stuff in here. It loads you immediately to this page here, which gives you the apps you might have asked for or something that's been recommended to you. What makes it nice and easy to use is if you're wanting to use Prospect Square often, you can just pick it up and drag it and drop it to the top, and you can manipulate where these go based off what you're needing. So that's just an organizational tool that we think is easy. To make it simple for us, we're going to go right here, Brandserv, eMarketing, Social Ad Engine. So let's start with Brandserv. It's one that I love because as a realtor, you need to market. You're not always getting the property photos from your client. Sometimes you need to market with photo. Well, a lot of time, most of the time, you're marketing with products and tools and different photos that are not relevant to a specific property. But you cannot just grab anything off the internet or Google. You have to have the rights to it because there's a hefty legal fine. And just so you know, there are ways that people can go in and actually search for their graphics that might be located anywhere on the internet. So we want to avoid that. What we do is we want to provide to you those graphics. We want to give you those videos. We want to give you those campaigns so that you're safe and you're getting great up content up front. So what Brandserv is, it's the company itself, the brand, Coldwell Banker. It's serving you digital assets, logos, imagery, social assets, etc. So let me go ahead and click on it and give you a quick little overview, and then we'll jump in and show you how to very quickly and easily utilize this tool. This is one of the ones that I tend to go in often, and our ASCs go in often, and our agents go into often. So what they've done is they've organized this into, is in the top, it says campaigns, marketing assets, and resources. They've made it very simple for you, as in if you hover, you can very quickly see what it is and just grab the section you want. So we're just going to look at what's here just so you can see and remember that it's here. We have something called quotables. So the stats, the numbers, those graphics that have those analytics, those will be right here for you. You can click on those and access those here. These are perfect. Think of sphere marketing. If you're not currently promoting a property, or anything specific. You need general sphere marketing. You need things that are going to be generalized and for a basic sphere, even people you haven't contacted before. So those campaign pieces right here in campaigns, quotables, and stats is a great one to have. We also have a connection with St. Jude. We need to know people, we need to let people and your clients know that we're more than just a business. We're more than just a company trying to make money. We make great things happen. And we're currently helping so many children at St. Jude's. And in Brandserv, we give you that content so you can utilize that and market on your social media. Maybe put it in a newsletter, maybe go ahead and put it in your email, whatever it is that's going to help you to embrace the great stuff we've got going on in our company, but then also let people know what's going on. It isn't just to drive business to you. It's also for people to jump in. We often have clients that say, I love what you're doing with St. Jude. I'd love to help. And then it just encourages and builds more people helping. So within Brandserv, again, very simple. I hover and I'm able to see all of these different things that we've got here. Now in marketing assets, this is where I'm going to jump into because you're going to jump in here probably pretty often, I'm hoping. As you can see, we've got photography. So there's a lot of photos in here that you'll see that are relevant to cater to whatever you might need to market. Again, there are actual graphics of photos of houses in here. And because sometimes we still want to showcase those on our social media or in our newsletters, and we don't have one currently on the market, or we don't want to utilize one that we have. So we're able to come in here and just jumpstart, let's call it a kickstart conversation on your social media. So let's say, for example, you loved this graphic. Very quickly, you could download this, put it on your social media, and you could very quickly say something like, don't you love this pool? Or even a conversation starter where, do you prefer a rectangle pool or a circular pool? The whole idea is to capture attention and to gain your sphere and to start that conversation, because in social media, specifically on Facebook and Instagram, Pinterest, conversations can happen. And anytime somebody likes it or comments on your post, it continuously puts it in the feed, and renews it. So when people log on, they can see it again and again instead of just one time seeing it. So we want to continue that conversation with things like this. So if you can see, we've got some types over here to make it easy. Logos, photography, basic photography. And then you've got general content. There's global luxury logos and templates and videos. But if you look up here, there's quite a few. So if you notice in here, there are 873 graphics. Stunning. There are some that cater to buyers. There are some that cater to sellers, right? It's not just all houses. There are some that cater to being a realtor. So if you can see in here, we've got an agent and a Coldwell Banker lobby office in here. We've got different kinds of things just to grab attention. Then when you come in here, as you can see at the bottom, we're on page 1 of 30. We've got a lot more different variations and types of both properties and also basic sphere marketing as well. So if you continue to just take a couple minutes in here, let's go jump in here to page 28 just to see what's on that page. You're able to jump in here and look around as well. Now, what you can do to narrow it down is if you wanted to, let's say, have it be agent based for some reason, you want to do some content with an agent in it, you can go to the search bar in the left-hand side towards the top, and I just typed in the word agent. And then what it does is it narrows it down and it gives me all the graphics for that. So you could cater to a buyer, cater to a seller. Maybe you want to do generalization posts. Great ones that people really communicate with and really respond to are those simplistic conversational posts that say, did you know that such and such can get marker out of the couch? Grab a couch graphic off of here, and that way you're stimulating that conversation. But essentially, Brandserv is to serve you marketing material. So what I want you to do is I want you to come in here and just take a peek, because you don't realize what's in here until you see. We've got interior graphics, we have exterior graphics. We've also got lifestyle graphics, family graphics. So those are really wonderful to use both on social media and then on your print marketing as well. So maybe you're doing a digital calendar or a digital campaign. Maybe you're doing a print postcard, something like that. But things like this, great graphics like this can encourage not only views, but then they also gain a rapport on your feed with connective, great marketing as well. So this is an example. If you wanted this particular graphic, okay, this is part of our home campaign that we have here. All you would have to do is you could say download now. Now you can choose if you want the web version and the print version, because it's going to be given to you in 2 digital ways. Ultimately, the web version is going to be in one format, and the print's going to be in a little bit different format so that colors come out correctly when you print it. That's the only difference here, okay? And then I'm going to come in here. Let's just do all assets, just because it's going to collectively gather all of them that are available to me. I'm going to say download. And then it's just going to let me accept the terms here, which is that they are authorizing the use of this, obviously. And there's no concept, or there's no cost for anything in Brandserv. So I'm just going to come here and go to distribute file, download now. And then what it's going to do at the bottom of my screen, you're going to see it now load, because what it's done, it's now saving it to my computer in my downloads file. So for me, all I'll have to do then is just to go into that file in my computer, and it'll be very simple for me. I'll be able to pull it up. It'll be a picture file. As you can see, it just went down in here. We're going to go ahead and let it load for a second. And then what we're going to do is we're going to open it. And then it's going to be a graphic that I can load directly into social media. Again, I can put it in a newsletter. I can do whatever I need to do with it to make it simple. Just want to follow it through here so you can see start to finish how quickly I got the graphic, how easily I was able to download it to my computer. And I now have the same graphic in 3 different versions, depending on where you're using it. So I'm just going to be able to have that on my computer within a second. So again, a great location for a one-stop shop of your photography. And what we're doing here is we're saving you the time and the money of maybe paying for a photographer or going out to try to figure out your own graphics. So what I did in Brandserv through Desk, I accessed that by the marketing access tab, sorry guys, in the top. We just were in photography, but they also have the same option for posters. When you go to our local offices, the posters on the wall are coming from here typically, and then you're able to get those printed out. But we're going to jump into this section here, social media. But before I do, I want you to notice videos are available as well. So we have the option of grabbing created videos that are great curated content. They can cater to a buyer or a seller or an agent or just general marketing, and then download those on our computer and upload them as a direct video in our social media, newsletters, etc. You don't have to be a master creator. We already have those on the team here with Coldwell Banker, creating them for you. And the other thing is the virtual background. Right now we're on Zoom. What you can do is you can very quickly click on virtual meeting background. So when you're contacting a seller or a buyer or a potential client and having a meeting via Zoom or Google Hangout or anything online, what you're able to do is to jump in here. Let's grab this pretty guy here. See what it does. It gives you the picture, and then you just type in customize, and it's going to give you that virtual background. So what I'm able to do is you can see I've got a couple different options of that photo. And then to choose option 1, 2, or 3, I'm just going to do the little drop down box, and that's it. I'm going to pick 1 because I like 1. And at the bottom, if you notice on the left, it now says generate proof, save as draft. So I'm going to say generate proof. This is just so you can look at it to make sure it's as you need. And then once that's done, you're going to be able to, again, save that as if you go on the bottom. So now it's loaded. But if you take your eyes to the bottom left, this is the menu options. I clicked generate proof. Once I did that, I'm able to see if it's what I like. I'm able to jump in here and click order. And you're not paying for it. They're just calling it an order because they wanted a way to truly track what is being downloaded so that they know what's valuable and what's not being utilized. So it's just a pure tracking method on their end so they know what graphics are working for you guys and what they're not. But very simply, now you've got it here, and then that's it. I would click download and boom, it's on my computer. Nice and simple. I can upload it directly here to Zoom, and I can use that as my background in whatever platform I'm using. So that was in marketing assets. We are going to jump into social media because that's probably a heavy point of action where you guys are or want to be during the day, each week we've got going on here, because that's where your customer is. That's where your client is. That's where people are checking out people in marketing and agents and houses, etc. It's where they are. If you're not there, somebody else will market to them. So when I click here, I have the option of having covers, posts, and stories. The cover is, let's say you're talking about social media being Facebook. When you go to your Facebook page, there's a cover page or top in the top of your screen. That's kind of like your cover photo. That is how you can access one to use for that. We also have what are called stories now within the last couple of years. If you're not familiar, instead of just posting a graphic or a video, a story can be something that people can access at any time and watch different posts that you've uploaded, and you're talking directly to them specifically. So there are great stories in here. Now, a post is a direct post. You're going to go right onto your feed. So we're going to click right on this because these are very heavily used and probably the most used of anything. And they make it so easy, and they allow you to customize things so that it can be branded to you specifically. So you're not recreating the wheel. You're just taking these great options that they have and moving forward with them. So if you continue to go down here, we've got holiday graphics, luxury graphics, fair housing pledge. We've got agent property promos. There's just so many in here. Even celebrating how many years we've got in here. You might notice some of these are familiar because our agent service coordinators are utilizing them as well to access for your social media company pages. So your office region pages, it's a lot of where they come to get it. So there's a lot in here. There's so much going on. Again, it can cater to a buyer, seller, or just general spear marketing. But let's go ahead and grab this one. Let's do the customer satisfaction social image. I'm going to go ahead and hit customize. And again, it's going to be very simple in the fact that I can choose which version. So as you can see here, it says option 1. This is option 1. And I know that because at the bottom, it says page 1 of 4. So if I just want to scroll through, this one says nothing makes us happier than happy clients. What a great post, right? For those who know the difference, there's only one name in luxury real estate. I can pick that as option 2. Option 3, the brand that buyers and sellers recommend again and again. Option 4, nobody beats Coldwell Banker on trust. So I'm going to stick with number 1, this first one here. And I'm just making sure that's the one selected here. And then my logo. Here's how you start to brand it directly to you, okay? So you're going to jump in here. And this is already preloaded with all of your DDAs. So you can just go ahead and start typing it in the search bar, and then it's going to narrow it down. Now, we've got a couple in here, or at least in the state of Ohio, that are branded Schmidt family of companies. So I'm going to go ahead and choose that option. But as you can see here, Schmidt Realty, we've got Realtors, Woodland Schmidt, all of them AJS, they're already in here. You just click on it and select yours. And then what it's going to do is change the branding to your specific brand. At the bottom, same concept. See how it's the same thing everywhere you go? Makes it easy. I'm going to say generate proof. And this is just going to give me a preview of what it will look like. And this is going to go on social media. So they are formatted immediately to fit inside of your post. You don't need to resize anything or do anything like that. So here's my preview. And if you can look at the bottom left, it does now say Schmidt family of companies. So I'm branded correctly. I'm going to go ahead, same concept. I'm going to say order. Now I'm going to let this go ahead and download so I can show you what it would look like in here for a social post. It says created. Now I'm going to let this load here. We're going to go ahead and say download. And I'm going to open this one up just so you can see it very quickly. Okay. So nothing makes us happier than happy clients. This is now a picture file that's going to be on my computer. You may not be seeing my pop-up. I'm not sure if you can or not, but there's a pop-up that pops up, and I'll share it with you real quick here. Actually, I will just go ahead and open my social media page so you guys can see it specifically loaded right in that bad boy, making it easy. Okay, so I'm going to go to Facebook. Before I do that, I'm going to take the graphic and I'm saving it to my computer. So I'm going to do that behind the scenes here because you might not be able to see that screen. So bear with me just one quick moment here. And then I'll upload it directly on social media. Perfect. Okay. So now that I've done that, I'm going to go ahead. We're going to go to, now I think you get to choose at this point whether you would like for it to go to your business page or it can go directly to your personal page. You get to decide and decipher what you want to do. A great rule of thumb I would do for sure for myself or for anybody that I'm helping, I would invite them to post a little bit of personal on your business page and a little bit of business on your personal page. So that way you get a good cross-reference and it's not too heavy one way or the other. But here I am, this is just our company page in here. I would be able to jump into this page and I'd be able to just go ahead and post this as a general picture, just the way I would with anything else. And I could go ahead and do that here. Now for you guys, if you're doing it as a personal page, it's the same concept in the fact that it's just a general picture. So no different than you would be if you guys were specifically going to your page. We get in here really quick. Let me go back out. Right now I'm in my business manager, so give me just a quick second here to jump out of here. And if you're going to do it in your personal page, the good news is you get to pick with these. And the next platforms I use, just so you guys know, we're going to be able to post for you. So the other platform is going to go a direct post for you. So here I am in my page, and I'm just going to grab the little photo graphic here. And all I'm doing is I'm now pulling from wherever it's saved on my computer. So for me, it would have went into the downloads file. More than likely, that's what it would have done for you unless you've personally rerouted it. So very quickly, I really haven't taken much time to do this at all. It's very fast because the content's ready. It's just about me deciding what I like. That's it. So let's see here. Is it this one? Yes. So now I'm going to hit open. And now it's loading right in here. And then what I would do is I would put my text right here above in the text here. Now, the reason this is relevant is because this doesn't have very much text here. There's been a lot of studies that have been done with marketing and what people respond to. A larger size graphic with minimal text in the photo is what gains the highest response. So what you would do here, you could write, "It's so wonderful to have the best clients in the world. I get so excited every time I help one of you out." So see how it doesn't have to be relevant to a specific property or specific client. You're kind of generalized speaking and doing a great marketing piece. And I'm able to just to jump in here and tag people if I wanted to, tag my company, tag my office. I could put how I'm feeling, excited, etc. And I would hit post. So it makes it very easy for you to do that. And the concept here is we also have the same ability for a video, because we do know that branding is very responsive in video. So let's go back right here. I'm going to go back to home. This is my home page. I was in marketing assets, and you guys saw I was in social media. So that's where you can grab all kinds of content. Now, if I come in here to videos, I'm going to jump in here and I see how it says social media videos. Now, these are the most viewed resource point of anything. So any study that we've ever seen showcases that videos get more response than any flat graphic or any just text. So what we've done here as well, there are 61 pre-made videos for your needs to very easily grab. Again, it can be real estate related. Look, sometimes it's just kids jumping in a pool. Like, I'm just like you, right? I'm not just a realtor trying to get the next commission. Like, I'm a mom like you, I'm a brother like you, I'm a sister like you, I'm your next door neighbor. I get it. This is my life and I want to help you find your best life, right? So sometimes it is just graphics to connect the human level. We've got realtor posts in here as well. But one thing that's important, like I mentioned before, you can do a lot with business, but if everything's just business, sometimes that can become a stale feed and help people's their eyes kind of gloss over. And I think you probably know what I mean. You might have seen a realtor that's just like, I sold, I'm the best, I'm the best. And it really doesn't come off that classy, and it doesn't come off that great, especially from somebody who is looking to have their best interests in mind. So when you come in here and we've got these great St. Jude patient videos, this just allows you to say that we are more than business. We are more than just the dollar amount. We have hearts that want more for the people that we're helping. So if I wanted to say, let's grab this St. Jude one or any of these videos, it's the same concept where it's just going to load. It's going to say download now, and it's exactly the same. There's nothing different in any of these sections, which is what makes it easy. So I'm going to accept the terms here, distribute file, which is going to let me download it. Again, it's going to call it an order, but it's not anything we're paying for. It's all provided to us complimentary. And then eventually it's going to download into my computer. And it's the same concept where now I have this great marketing video, this great curated content that I now can upload directly into Facebook. I can upload directly into Instagram. I can put this into Pinterest, LinkedIn. I mean, basically any social platform. Let me go ahead and open this just so you guys can see how quickly that worked. And now you've got this great video that just is going to hit heart, hit home, and really help with the connectivity in the brand.
You see things as a parent, what your expectations are for your kid growing up, the milestones, going to school, graduating, getting married, having kids, and cancer was never.
So I'm not going to play the whole video now, but you guys really should take some time to, if you haven't been familiar with the stories of these children that were changing their lives through our support, you really should. And it's a great opportunity to teach others more about giving back in the community and just being who we want to be, right? Being the people that we want to talk about being, actually acting in it. So we've got a lot in here that is our charity, but we do definitely have a lot in here that is going to be curated content specific to if you're looking for a buyer, if you're looking for a seller, maybe it's a for sale by owner, and maybe you want to capture their attention. So we've even got great stuff in here as well. That just is like power packed videos of how fun it is to be at our company and some of our big events and just why we're different as Coldwell Banker. So in a nutshell, that's really Brandserv. I want you to think of it as your brand serving you your marketing collateral, your campaigns. Okay, so when they have any campaign that has a video on marketing that you see anywhere, TV, social media, anywhere, it's here. They provide it to you. You can even take it a step further and brand it to you specifically as an agent and a DBA to your office. So videos, branding in here, any commercials, any videos. And again, we've got in here photography, social media, virtual background, and then there's a lot more in here as well. So basically that is Brandserv. If you have any specific questions to Brandserv, you can go ahead and jump in the chat box and ask them now. But the way that we access that was logging into mycbdesk.com using our coldwellbanker.com login, and I simply just clicked Brandserv. Now, if you jump into my desk and you don't see it in here, it's easy. The only thing you have to do is you sit here and type it in here at the top, and then what it will do is it will locate it for you, and then it will be able to allow you to put it here on your home screen as well. So don't fret if you don't see it. You just search for it and it will pull it to the front for you. But for the most part, most of these are recommended for you automatically, so you can see them. And again, you can just drag and drop them where you need. So that's Brandserv, a very great opportunity for you to market for free. Next is eMarketing. That's where you can manage your contacts, send branded e-cards, newsletters. So yes, there are print options in eMarketing, but I want you to think of this as like your internet marketing as well. So it's going to go a step further and include actual flyers for open houses, connect to the MLS, do some auto curation of listing leads, announcements for you, etc. So let's go ahead and click on this. Now, it's important for you guys to know it's called eMarketing here, but it's now been purchased and rebranded by Moxie, and it's also called Moxie Impress. So if you've seen that training, you've heard that word, that kind of connects in your ears with something that you've heard of before. That's what this is. And eventually what's going to happen is our brand is going to be pulling it out and putting it into Moxie specifically as a tab in Moxie called Moxie Impress. Nothing's going to change with the platform or the tool. You're going to still use it the same way. It'll just now be pulled out of Desk, and eventually it will be pulled into Moxie. We have them working. It is in the timeline for our brands. Sotheby's already has it completed. So if you're on and listening from Sotheby's, you already have yours inside Moxie. Now, here's why it's easy. You have to sometimes in a pinch go in and you know what you need, but you're stressed out. You don't know how to make a listing flyer. You just don't even have time to think about the layout or the template, or that's just not your high skill set, right? So this lets you come in here and very quickly grab what you want, get going and go, and it can even auto-populate for you. So what I want to do, if I'm jumping in here and I have a specific type of product that I want, I'm able to do that very quickly with this product tab. It's just filtering it out into categories, making it easy. So flyers, let's go ahead and click on that. That's a very common one people are doing as a real estate agent. And you can see very quickly in here, we've got a couple pages of just listed, price reduced, open house, reduced, just listed, open house, just different versions and different layouts. So if I just did a just listed, all I need to do to use this is just click on it. If I wanted to see a sample of it before I started editing it, I'm just going to click view sample, and then I'm going to get a great preview. Okay. Give me a second while this loads in here. And then it's going to let me get a good glimpse of this image. So it's laid out in a marketing way that's simplistic and it kind of catches your eye. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my tab in eMarketing. And if I want this particular one, I'm going to hit select this design. And now what it's going to let me do now is give it a name for the project. So if I just listed this house on, let's see, Film Drive, then maybe that's what I would do. I would type that in here so I can keep that categorized very easily. I can write a description if I want. I'm able to create specific folders. So if I wanted a listing folder or a selling folder, I can just collect it in there so I can have them, organized together. But here is the best part. Typing in the MLS number for the listing will then take all of the information, everything, your photos, pull it in from the MLS where you've already put them in and plug them into your marketing for you. That's a golden spot there. So for those of you who are selling and have an MLS to pull from, you can do that right here. You can also choose not to do that and add your information. So I'm going to do that so that you can see how to add it instead of auto-populating. For the couple of times you might want to do that. So since it's not pulling in from the MLS, it's going to say, okay, what photos do you want? So very quickly in here, I'm able to grab some graphics from my computer, wherever I might have them saved on my computer, by clicking on this My Computer button. Or if you've previously pulled them in and loaded them, they're going to have them stored for you in these project videos right here, or product photos. So it's going to have them readily available for you. I'm going to go ahead and select a couple that I've already pulled in. See how it's letting me do a couple at a time. I'm going to hit add selected. And remember, just as a reminder, the way they got into the folder is because I uploaded them directly from my computer. So since I just listed the property, I would assume that I'm the one that took the photography photos, or I paid a photographer and they gave me the graphics. Now, if I wanted to see it, I could click on the little plus sign to magnify it. I could delete it by doing the trash can. If this isn't quite the right one I wanted, I would click on this little icon here and it says replace. I also have the option to crop. So let's go ahead and hit save and continue. And then we're going to do, what do we want it to say? Now, we're not pulling it in from the MLS since I chose to not have that option. So we're just going to come in here. And then we're going to say it's right here. We're going to type our address in so you can manually do it. And then we're going to say this house is approximately 225,000. And that's all I'm doing. I'm just going to fill out the data because it's not being pulled in automatically. 4 beds, 2 baths. You have a listing ID and then your body copy. So, I mean, most of the time, if not most of all the time, you're just going to be pulling it in from the MLS. You don't have to double add in here, but that's it. So let's go ahead. So phone type. And then if you're ever curious as to what to write, or if you don't know what to do in each section, there's kind of like this little pencil here. That's your phrase assistant, and you can pull in different phrases. So for those of you who don't know, or you're not skill set, prone to knowing how to write your body copy, it'll give you those suggestions there as well. So then you can just type in your phone number here, your information, and then check your information. Make sure your email is correct, your website's correct, and then you hit save and continue. And then it's just going to be your personal information now. Make sure your email, again, make sure your title, everything is correct on here. So we're not doing anything extra. We're just making sure that we pulled our content in correctly. And it does it for you automatically, by the way. If you have never been in here in the past and it's your first time, basically the only thing you have to do to get your information to pull in as far as your contact information, you literally just click on this icon up the top, click on profile, and then it will let you load it in. And then from then on, it will automatically populate just like it did for me here. And if you don't love the headshot that you have in the account, you can change it, or you can add maybe a co-lister as well. I'm going to hit save and continue. And this is where it gets easy. Okay. I made the flyer in just a couple seconds. Imagine if I had an MLS number, it would have let me do it even quicker. I'm going to say preview, and then I get a good idea of what the product looks like pretty quickly here. And then once we do this, it's going to let the system, so it itself is going to post it for me where I tell it to. So here's a preview. So this is my flyer. And obviously in this situation where I auto-populated information just now and it put her name in there, so I apologize. Normally I would say just listed, but this is where it would be filled out. You're not going to see these blanks. I just didn't take the time to really fill it out. For you, you're going to have this flyer that you can then obviously print it out. You can obviously download it as well if you wanted to. So this is not just strictly for print or, for that digital marketing, you can have that print component as well. But let's see how easy this is. Okay, what if I wanted to send this out somewhere on the internet, right? I can click post publish to web. If I wanted to email this to your contacts, I would click on this. I can download the PDF, which would be a high resolution PDF. I'm then able to have it on my computer, at which point I'm able to print it in my office, or I can choose a local printer to have it printed for me. And then I can download an image. So this would just be a graphic file, which would mean you could then take it and put it in a newsletter or on social media or anywhere you would want to photograph it. But this is the built-in component that makes it easy. It can post for you to Facebook, Twitter, or Pinterest. And it's just a matter of a quick click. And then it does, because it's doing it for you, it doesn't stick you to what account you're going to. It allows you to pick whether you want a personal account or a business account to post to. So the first thing it typically loads to, if you can see right on here, it has my name. So that means it's my personal page. But it always lets you pick where you want to post by choosing this drop-down option. And then if I choose, I could send this to a person. So if this was the seller, I could actually put it on their page. I could share it to a group like Strongsville Moms, Michigan Moms, Ohio, whatever groups you have on social media. I can share it as an event page, but this is the one typically people like to do, share on a page you manage. So that's any of your business pages. So as you can see in here, I've got a whole bunch that we manage here that I specifically help manage. I'm going to choose the Ohio office right here. And then I'm going to jump in here and I'm able to plug in my information. And tactically, what I would want to do is then have a link of this property to my website. So to the page for the property in question on my website. So you would go to your website, you would do a search to the page for your seller, the one where your seller's listing. Very quickly grab the internet address from the top and paste it in. That way they're getting a graphic, but they're also able to click and get direct navigation to the property in question. And then I would just say post to Facebook. And if it's on a business account, it does let you choose when you want to send it. So unlike a personal account, if it was the business page, you can say, I don't want to send it today, and then choose after you hit post to Facebook at the bottom, it's going to say, do you want to reschedule this? You can actually allow yourself to send it tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, whatever, even if you're not there. So that's how it's easily done as far as sharing to your social media. If you would love for it to be printed for you, you're able to click right here where it says print options, digital print and mail. And this does a couple things for you that makes it super easy. It's going to tell you, make sure you preview it before you send it over. Now we're going to be able to show you very quickly how the pricing up front, the timeline up front. So there's nothing silly that's going to work its way in that you weren't aware of. This is the only time you have to pay, because now it's paying for the product to be printed. So if I clicked on the pricing option on the left, it literally would just give me the pricing up front, so make it easy. If I wanted to do bulk mailing, meaning to a whole neighborhood, okay, this was just listed in an area, and I know a different street that I think would be great to market to. Watch this. It just makes it so easy for you. So this is the address here. I can choose to use this address, or I can change the address. And then as you go through these options here, it lets you pick the specific print types. But as you go through here, you can actually choose for it to do a bulk mailer. And then I'm going to go ahead and just get you to the end. But if you chose the bulk mailing option, it would actually let you click a button and you could upload a full address list that you provide, or you can click a button and it can say, provide you the address list. So if you don't even have an address list, you can plug in the area and they'll provide that address list to you. So it doesn't stop you from marketing. And then you just continue. It walks you through. It's super simple. Put in your credit card information if you have a discount code, and then the summary is here. So as you can see, kind of navigates you through the top very quickly and very easily. Let me go ahead into pricing real quick just so you guys can see. Now this is a flyer, so it would tell you based off your quantity how much it will cost on what particular type of paper. So it's very easy for you guys to utilize. So again, this is an e-marketing or a digital internet marketing tool, but for each of these pieces, we still can do a print component to it. Because if you remember, when I go back to my homepage and we did by task, see how there's postcards as well, brochures. These things are going to be printable and digital. So the concept would be, if I'm going to make a postcard here, I'll grab this one. Same concept. It's just, it walks you through it. Super simple. What I would want to do then, fill this out really quickly. I would plug in my MLS. It would pull in all the photos. It would pull in your text, making it super simple and easy for you. Pulling in the graphics. Same concept. So it's pretty easy. I'm going to upload them from my computer. And when I do that, it's going to save them into this project photos folder so that at any time I can very easily just jump back in and grab them. Same concept here. And again, this is a postcard. So these things are going to be formatted to fit a postcard versus a flyer. So you do not have to be versed in graphic design. You don't have to be a designer. It's going to do it for you. Again, it's going to pull in all of your information, or you're going to enter it in here. Once you're done, you're going to click save and continue. And again, make sure your information is correct. Hit save and continue. And just for purposes of spending time, in my mind, I would say, okay, I just spent time making this postcard. What I want to do now is I want to do a print option. I'm going to have this go through the printing purpose of mailing it out to a zip code, let's say, or an area, okay? Then I've got my print in handle. I've got that area that's going to receive this. That potential customer might be able to see it. But I'm going to let this load. The other good thing is I've already made it. Even though it's a postcard that gets printed, in my mind, there's literally no reason why I can't take this graphic. I don't know if it's going to pull up for you here. There's no reason why I can't already take this graphic and still also share it on Facebook, on Instagram, on Pinterest, on LinkedIn. There's no reason you can't. So I would just say you just did your double duty here. You don't need to even add the back if you don't want to. You can just do, the page one, which is just this one. In this particular one, it says just sold. Again, there you go. One step, and I've got two aspects of marketing done. And all I did was take a couple of minutes to click to initiate it. And then I've got the print team working on the print for me. They're going to pull my addresses for me. So I don't even have to stress that. I tell them where I want to go. It's usually done, they connect with or collaborate with the post office to get those addresses. Do double duty, share on Facebook. Make it simple. Just try to get to as many places as you can, right, for the least amount of effort. So you get brochures, e-cards. So if you jump in here, so that's more like e-cards or postcards or newsletters as well. So that template is already readily made for you. Just gives you a guideline. Social media, postcards, flyers. Now, that was product. But if I say task, watch what happens. Take a look at my screen. It now breaks it down into the specific type of marketing. So now I can very quickly say, I'm going to have a coming soon, or grab a holiday or occasion card, just listed, just sold, open house, personal promotion, price reduced, or create your own. What if you even have something you've made in the past? What if the marketing team made something for you? You're able to load it in here and then get it connected to your social media or printed at your leisure as well. So again, same concept, open house. But again, we have some general sphere marketing as well. So you're able to jump in here and utilize all of these different tools. And the brand is actually going to be adding more as we go because Realogy has actually merged with Moxie. And as they do this, they're going to be developing some more content for us as well. So I know it looks like there's a couple things in here, but they're in full reality. There's so many things. If I were to actually click on the design feature at the top, it would be just a different viewpoint of the same thing we already had before. But as you can see in here, all the brochures are here. And then it's just a point where you can grab your brochure and you can get moving on what you're doing. So home and designs pretty much mimics each other. Now, one thing I want you to see is if you have the listings tab open, what it's going to do is it's going to, because it's pulling in from the MLS for you, pull in and show you all of your current listings. They will all be located here. And then it would have an option for you to then click on that listing, and then you could create a flyer for that immediately. So you click on it, it would create the postcard for you, it would create the flyer for you. It would do all of your marketing for you, and that would be here. But one of the beautiful things is this little projects button. Now, this system is capable and created to auto-populate some things for you. So chances are, if you have an MLS listing in, the listing in the MLS currently or previously, and you have this connected, you'll actually click on projects and you're already going to have some here. And you'll be like, I didn't even make those. What happens is the connection, when you enter a listing in the MLS, our system through eMarketing grabs the MLS number, populates a full marketing package. It makes a brochure, it makes a flyer, it makes a social media post, it makes the postcard. Then when it comes time for you to grab, to see, let's pretend like here's one of them. It would say like 123 Maple Street right here. And it would tell me how many products were created in that thing for me. I didn't have to do that. It did it for me. It auto created everything. It's called auto population or automation. And then what I would do is I would click on that particular house. We're going to pretend like this is a property here. And then it would showcase to me all of the different pieces. So as you can see in here, this is exactly what it would do. It'd have a postcard in here. It would have just listed all these different things as well. So then all I would have to do at a click without doing anything is choosing the social media post, and then I'll save that or post that to my social media. So yes, you can come in and curate and collect what we've already created for you, or you can just do the automation in the projects tab, and let it do the work for you. And then you just choose what you want to do with it at that point. But now one thing that's important to mention is if I just put up this property in, let's say the film, okay? And let's say I went in through my project folders and this was one of the pieces it automatically created for me. Just because it's created doesn't mean it's set. What if I didn't like one of the MLS photos and I want to do a better resolution that the MLS offers? I can click on that product and I still have editing control by clicking on edit. See that? So I can jump in and then it's going to pull the product open. And then just like I would any other section here, I'd be able to change and manipulate the photos or change the content as well. So that's an important thing to remember. Home helps you filter and grab by either product or task. Projects, right next to it, allows you to see created projects you've already made personally, or the ones that are automatically created for you through automation at the bottom here. Designs is just all the templates. So if you just want to dig and take a peek, you can search for designs through here without having to go and click on each section. It will narrow it down and filter it for you. Contacts is where all of your contacts are. So if you wanted to email through here, then what you would be able to do is connect that, put those in here. You could import them very quickly through your normal CSV and then email them that way. But the beauty, when they get merged to Moxie, it will then be synced to your Moxie content. So when it does become a tab in Moxie for the Coldwell Banker and for the Century 21 brands, you won't even have to do this extra step of import. But until then, we just come in here and hit import and you can technically email them out. And people like doing that because if you're not doing it directly in Moxie, watch what happens when I click on a piece here. Let's pretend like this is one of the ones that was a listing automated one. I'm able to come in here, and if I did email it out to my contacts using this, Then it would give me an email history and it would tell me who I sent it to, who opened it, etc. So it just gives you a little sneak peek. But ultimately that is eMarketing in a nutshell, also, or will be called Impress, Moxie Impress. If you have any questions on this, you can do get support. And if you want to create a new listing that's not pulling over, or for whatever reason, you can do so by creating a new listing here. So we're almost at time. We got a couple minutes here. I'm going to go ahead and close all these little windows out. And then we're going to jump into the last tool pretty quickly here, which again, concept would be marketing to social media. So we've been in Brandserv, we've been in eMarketing. And so far that showcased to you posting, right? You're posting it. But what happens when you have a great listing and you don't want to just post it, you want to boost it, meaning you want to pay a little bit of money to strategically market it through social media so that it shows to people on their phone when they're scrolling. And you don't want to just show to people, you want to show to specific people that are your buyer. The tool in question would then be social ad engine. Now, some people do the posting and boosting directly inside social media, so in Facebook, in Instagram. But if you don't even want to have to deal with the stress of that, social ad engine does it all for you and it makes it simple for you to use. Now, I am having them work on this particular social ad engine account. So for one quick second, I'm going to be stopping my screen share. And then I'm going to flip over to a different screen. Okay. And then we're going to look at a different screen. I have to open a different account on a different browser. Bear with me for just one quick second here while I swap out my screen so that you can see things properly. Ultimately, you guys won't have to do this. This is just for me since I have multiple brands. I have multiple accounts. And on this particular one, I want you to see this particular account. Okay, so I'm going to start my share screen, then I'll look at the chat question here in just a second. While I'm looking at the chat question, can you please go in the chat? Let me know if you can now see my social ad engine screen, please and thank you. Okay. And then it says, direct question, will you be able to please email the recording? Absolutely, I'm happy to do that. Please do me a favor and plug in your email into the chat bar because I don't have the ability through Zoom to see what email you have. It doesn't showcase me that, it just gives me a first name. So please plug in your email if you would like today's recording for this session. Okay, well, we're getting close to being done here. This one's so fast and easy. It's kind of why I saved it to the end, but this is called social ad engine. It works directly with your social media so that you can take a listing or even a marketing component like we've seen before, brand marketing, and you can directly have it post to social media and also boost it for you. So it does all the work of promoting it. Now, when you load onto this main page after you've clicked on the social ad engine button in desk, what it's going to give you is your listings. Okay, so I've been here as an admin, so obviously you're not going to have 110, but your number of listings that you currently have will show here. Okay, and then any campaign that you've ever run would show here as well, and then anything you've connected would show here as well. I don't have to utilize this system because I'm not currently marketing in this platform, but you guys would start to see all that data here. Take a look at the top. This is the overview. And then if I click on the listings tab, it's this quick. It's this easy. It pulls them all in. And bear with me here because this was working before. It would then have your options of listing properties here. They're currently trying to work on my account, so I was worried it was going to cause some issues here. And it is. It's not letting me see them here. So what you guys would have is you would have a whole list, each property showcasing itself here. And then you would click on a button that says promote. Now, the exact same thing happens when you're doing brand marketing, and that also listings does. So just because this isn't here right now, hopefully my templates load because it's the exact same process. Once you learn one way, perfect. Okay, so when your listings load correctly, again, they're working on my account, so that's why it's not loading, but your listings would show up here just like this. See how this is an actual property? You would click on the promote button in order for it to promote your particular house or listing, okay? But we also have these other posts as well. So a lot of different brand marketing content for you to pull from just to beef up your sphere, beef up your content, just to be offering great curated material. So in this particular circumstance, let's go and just grab one just for the heck of it. You can see there's a lot of good ones in here. Let's do, I don't want to do the recruit, local market expert. This is good. So if you want to promote that you are the local market expert, and this is going to show up in people's feeds. And again, just so you know, this is not just your friends. On social media, you have people that you've accepted as your friends. Only those people can see your post. But when you boost a post or when you promote it, it will showcase to people that are not following you. That is the key. Okay. So it does show to some people that follow you, but we already know they're seeing your posts, right? So this is going to cater to the people not following you because they would never see it if you didn't promote it, but it's going to cater to a specific criteria or demographic. Okay, let's hit promote and hopefully perfect. So this is what happens. It does this work for you. What are you trying to achieve? So because I hit promote in here, it's going to say drive brand awareness, right? We want to pull people in and bring them to your website page because you're the expert. You want to pull in more leads. So it's pulling it in, but if I wanted to change it, I would just click on it and type right here. If I wanted to have a different text that's going to show up in the top of my social media post, I would do so here. And then in here, you can change the link description and then your destination URL. You want to make sure that's your website. We want to drive traffic to your website. So when people click on the post, it clicks to your website and it increases your SEO. That's your search engine optimization. When people Google you in Google, Bing, Yahoo, any search engine, they'll type your name in or they'll type in realtor, whatever the scenario is. The people that showcase there on page 1 have the highest search engine optimization. They get that by having more views on their website, more clicks on their website, more traffic to their website, because it's showcasing to a search engine that you are the valuable resource. Okay, so the more we can take people and make them go to your site through social media or any opportunity available, the better it is for you. Okay, so that's why we want to make sure that's here. Now, if it's a specific house property, what it's going to do is it's going to load that property listing on your website page, right? You have a website. On that website is going to be all of your listing houses. So what it's going to do is it's going to pull that in here. And if it doesn't specifically go to that page, you can just type it in here and paste that specific page. But then it's also going to give you 3 variations with this campaign because we want to make sure that we're going to grab the ultimate viewage possible. Plus, we want to make sure that we've got different marketing standpoints. So we have 3 views. Okay, that means it's going to run it in 3 different format graphics. This is the first one. Okay, so one of the ads is going to look like this. We also have a different ad that will show this graphic. We have a different ad that will show this graphic. Okay, the idea here is visual recognition or visual connectivity, because mindsets are different and visual attraction is different. They offer 3 versions or variations to grab that particular person, that market. If I wanted to, let's say, change this one, it's as easy as clicking the word change under it. And then I've got this beautiful library of graphics that are preloaded, and I very easily can just grab the graphic and I can hit plus. But what if I wanted to plug in a video I already have? Remember, Brandserv gives us these sweet videos, right? They're done. You could download from Brandserv and then upload here, right? And then you got this great video. You could also do a picture carousel with multiple photos. So grab like 2 of these just so you guys can see what that's like. Okay, and we're going to do select media. And what it does is it changes it immediately. See this? This gets a lot of connection and a lot of clicks, by the way. Instead of being 1 photo, we now have this separated graphic. And again, these ones right here are easy to change. I just want to change. The carousel was the one that offered more than 1 graphic to scroll through. The video I could upload from a video that I have or from Brandserv. And an image is just from the image library that I already have, or uploading a graphic that I specifically choose. So let's do select media. Now it's going to say you're targeting, right? If I look right here, right now, this is going to potentially reach that you have the opportunity to reach this many people, but you're wasting your money and throwing it out the door. What we want is to just market to specific people catered to that particular post type, right? This is just listed, right? That's what we did. So what we want to do is we want to, or this one, I'm sorry, it's not just listed. This one's catering to you as a real estate agent. Come in here and hit view. So that's what it looks like. We don't want to have to get people that are not going to be, in the mindset of looking for an agent. So we're breaking it down. Okay. And then what you're going to do here is you're going to choose your audience and your budget. Okay. Before I do that, it's making me save this so that it saves the photos and the graphics. But now what we're going to do is it's going to say recommended. Okay. And it's going to, you're able to pull in a local area and it's going to break it down. So this window of number of people is going to change. But if you wanted to do custom, right, it's very specific. I'm able to come in here and then put in a very specific city. So what if this is in the 44136 area code that I work? Okay. Now I'm able to do a certain radius and then have a radius of that. So I can have a radius of one thing, two things, or three, and really target to specific people. So let me go ahead, take these out here. And then let me plug in just one so it's not two. So you can ultimately narrow it down as much as you wish. Okay, so then we'll do save and continue. And then we're going to jump through here. And now we're going to be able to plug in our budget and tell them what we want to spend. So it's not going to just decide for you, but you get to pick. Now, if you wanted to do less than this amount, then you'll probably want to do it specifically directly through Facebook and social media. But this is kind of the minimum starting point based off that type of ad and the duration that you're going to be pulling it through to get the best yield and return. So if I wanted to change this, I would be able just to quickly pull it over and pick my pricing amount. And you can choose to publish it now or wait a couple of days. So if I chose to not do it today, what if today was Sunday and I just didn't think it was a great day to do it? I'd pull it in. I could jump in here and click on the calendar and change that to Tuesday or Wednesday. Now I'm also able to plug in my email here, and then you would type in your credit card number, saving it in here, and then it would pull that from your bank account. Usually when the duration of the ad is completed, that's at least the way they used to do it. So every ad I've ever run on my accounts, I've seen it when the ad was completed. So they don't bill me before they actually do my posting. I get billed when I see the results of my post. So that's a very quick and easy way to let the brand pull it in for you. So let this system, social ad engine, do the posting for you. So the exact same thing happens with the listing. There's nothing else to learn. That's literally it. You just click on the listing or click on the ad you want to boost. And then what will happen when I do that, you then go to your social media pages and then you'll see it for yourself. And then when you're scrolling through the feed, you'll see it in your feed, your friends, your family, and then those in your neighborhood and your people that you're targeting will see it as well. Now that's great, but what you want to do is you want to be able to then, once you do an ad, click on reporting. Once you do your ads through social ad engine here, it's going to give you specific reports so you can do this. Now I'm going to jump in here and switch windows one more time, because what I'm going to do, actually, maybe I can just put it up here. I'm going to show you these reports, and they're super relevant because when you have a seller, you're telling them that you're promoting it. What if they didn't see it or they just didn't happen to catch it? What you get to do is physically give them the data, the analytics. Okay, so I'm going to jump back in here to my other screen. So you should in 1 second see the initial screen that I was working with here. And what I'm going to do is show you a report of an actual ad that was run. Okay, this is what you can download. This is what you send your client. Look how hard we're working for you. Look at the reach. Look how many people saw your house. You're initiating the contact. And then what if for some reason this isn't moving quickly? You're able to conversationally, prove that you've done your due diligence and you've shown so many people. So as an example, this was one done in Michigan, and it tells you the duration and the dates of when the ad was run. It was seen 6,836 times on Facebook and Instagram. That's a great viewpoint. Your campaign was optimized across 3 media variations to generate leads. So those 3 different versions are going to show here. So you get to see that you're not just doing 1 ad, you're actually running 3. Your campaign results at the bottom right here. People that saw your property ads, the number of people that clicked on your property to specifically look at it, the number of engagements on your property ad. So did they like it? Did they comment on it? Did they share it? So this is a huge potential win for you and a client to see the activity of what your dollar is moving. This is another one. This is a different property run in here. And then if you can see specifically, it says your property has been seen 65 times, 7,465 times, 3 different variations. This particular one, 55, 78 on the bottom for people that saw the ads, 708 clicks, 720 engagement on the property ads. So it's just a wonderful opportunity for you to let it do the posting and boosting for you, and you not even have to worry how to do it on Facebook, inside Facebook itself. So as a quick recap, we are up with our time. What we visited today was Desk by going to mycbdesk.com, logging in with our @ColdwellBanker email. Please contact your ASC or RSC if you're unfamiliar with what that is. Brandserv is the brand providing to you content to use in video format, picture format, virtual background for video, messaging, or video call like we're doing now. Basically any kind of commercial you can think of that they've ever created, they're giving to you to use on anything you need. eMarketing is simplistic in the fact that you can navigate specific product type, whether it's a flyer or a brochure, or you can be specific to a type or a task, meaning open houses. You can also generate things for social media, which can also be inclusive of print marketing as well. So it does have general marketing like Brandserv, but the additional benefit with eMarketing is it does allow it to automatically post to social media for you and print as well. So you get both components and opportunities there. And it's both for sphere marketing and particular listing specific. Social ad engine is just literally grabbing the graphic, posting it, and then them running the ad for you in a safe manner where you don't have to worry about your credit card information. And it does not only the work for you posting the ad and targeting the correct audience, it then provides to you these amazing detailed reports so you can actually see what money, what your dollar is doing for each click, right? Pay per click. Are you spending too much? Is it not enough? Is it working for you? It's not working for you. This just allows you to have that extra information. So I think we are done with our session for today. I will definitely send it out to you. I do see your email in here. Make sure I get it over to you for the recording. If you have any other questions, again, please don't hesitate to reach out. Our email is always available anywhere you go to schmidtresources.com or any of these videos, but mine in specific is elizabeth.glass@cbschmidtohio.com. I hope you enjoyed today's sessions, and good luck and have fun using all of your new marketing opportunities to boost and make your business grow. Have a wonderful and awesome day, guys. A great rest of your week as well. Thanks, and see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Welcome.